So my name is Brandon Lanners. I'm the Executive Director of the Office of Global Learning, which I'll talk about that more in just a moment. I also wanted to allow my colleague to introduce herself, Lauren.
Hi, everyone. My name is Lauren Gabuzzi. I am the programming coordinator in the Office of Global Learning, and I'm kind of your main point of contact with Prepare. So you've already gotten a lot of emails from me, and you'll just keep getting them. So nice to meet you all.
Thanks, Lauren, and thanks so much for all your work. That is an understatement from Lauren. She is the mastermind behind Prepare and has made it as amazing as it is, as you'll hear from our past participants and mentors, and as you will find out yourselves, hopefully in a couple of months. So again, for those of you that are just joining us, my name is Brandon, Executive Director at the Office of Global Learning. I'll talk more about our office in just a moment and what we'll be doing today, but just a few quick things. Please note that this session is being recorded and will be posted on our website so that other people can take advantage to learn more about Prepare. So like I said, we do encourage you to have your cameras on so that we can make this more interactive. I think that's better for everyone. But if you don't want to be on that recording, go ahead and you can turn your camera off. We know that people, of course, have a lot of questions as they're getting ready to come to the United States and attend Cornell. But if you want to hold off on those questions, in about half an hour, we're going to have a chance to get into questions and with students that have been at Cornell already for a bit. So we'll be getting into those then. So please hold off on your questions. What I want to do is talk a little bit about just the Office of Global Learning. So this is my office. Lauren and I both work in that office. Our office focuses on a couple of key things. One of them is support with immigration. So our international students and our international scholars work with our office on a variety of things, immigration questions, getting ready to do maybe an OPT or a CPT that allows them to work in the United States for different periods of time. We also support around US taxes and paying taxes, and many other things. Another thing that my office does, we work with study abroad or mobility programs. So this allows Cornell students to study at other universities and other places around the world, whether that's for a semester, a winter, a summer, an academic year. We also do a lot of what we would call kind of welcoming and inclusion programming. And that's specifically for all of you. So our international students and our international scholars, we do things to make sure that you feel like you're welcome at Cornell and that you feel like you're included and that you're involved. Those range from things like our Prepare orientation that we'll be talking about today. We just did earlier this week an international student graduation reception where we had students come together and honor them before they leave Cornell and all that they've done to really make the campus a better place because of their international perspective. And throughout the year, we do a variety of different kinds of programs. Some of those focused on things like, more US cultural things and just other opportunities to get to know each other and spend time with other international students, really to help create community for all of you, because I think that's important. And you all tell us that that's important. What we also do is work with international student organizations. We're in contact with about 100 of them, representing different regions, countries, and other kinds of factors. And we also work a lot with campus units. So our Dean of Students office and our Psychological Services office, our Career Services office, and many more. All of that in support of international students. And again, making sure that you feel welcome and that you're included. So a key piece of that, again, is this Prepare pre-orientation that we'll be talking about today. Prepare has been going on for decades from the Office of Global Learning. I've been with the office for almost 5 years. Lauren's been with the office for a year. And we're really doing a lot of exciting things with Prepare. We're really trying to make changes and improve things every year as we go. Normally, we'll have about 150 to 250 international student participants in Prepare. It's a pre-orientation, so you're arriving a couple days in advance of the regular orientation, which gives us an opportunity to really focus on you and develop that community among international students. So our goal for today, key one, is really to encourage you to participate in Prepare. This is always something that for undergraduate students, when it's time for them to graduate and they were able to participate and prepare, they say that really is what made the difference in many cases. To be able to arrive early, be with international students, meet, develop those friendships, feel like they have a better opportunity to get a sense of campus and how things are going to work. So we really would love for you to participate and prepare. And the other goal for today is to help you feel that you're just ready to come to Cornell. That's a process that will take a couple of months, of course, and this is hopefully one of those beginning steps for you. We want to emphasize the community and the shared experience that you all have. So what we want to do right now is do a quick check-in just to see how you're feeling about this summer, coming to Cornell in August. So we're going to jump into an activity, and Lauren is going to share her screen, and we're going to do a little word cloud. So what we're going to have you do is we're going to put this link in the chat, and there is also a QR code if you want to use it. We're going to have two questions for you. The first one, in one word, or you can do multiple words with hyphens, just a technology thing here. What are you most excited about? Prepare. It could be prepare. It could be orientation, coming to Cornell. Start adding some words, and there's the link again, the QR code. So grab those, and then let's see some responses and how people are doing. Meeting new people, connections. And again, the way that this works, if you're doing multiple words, do little hyphens in between, or you can mix the words together. Food, all right. Understanding, great. Making connections, meeting new people. Learning opportunities.
I love
No
that
one's,
friends is in the middle.
there we go, that's right. No one's put snow yet, but you should be excited if you're not used to snow. I find it a fantastic part of the Cornell experience. Oh, this is great. Yeah, being in a new environment. Snow, thanks. Whoever did that, appreciate it. Skiing, there we go. Did some great skiing this winter. Ice cream, oh, that's right. Well, these are fantastic. No, thanks everybody for putting those in. What we're going to do now is jump to another quick one, and we'll be able to save this and look back again. We're going to now ask a different question. And so Lauren's going to switch us over. I think it's normal to also be nervous about prepare, about orientation, about what to pack, about, coming to a new country and starting at a new place. What are you nervous about? Being far from the city, making friends, not being able to find friends, the climate, distance, getting homesick, visa stuff. Yep. The weather. Yeah, so this is great. A lot of things focusing on relationships, distance, things that are all very pertinent, to international students. And to be sure, international students for us could mean, people that are non-US citizens or permanent residents. So, you've lived abroad all your life and that's where you're from, that's your citizenship. And also people that maybe are US citizens or have spent some time here, but have been living abroad for a period and would be looking to come to prepare to really be able to connect with other people that also haven't been living in the United States for some time. Exams, adapting. Well, no, these are all things that I hope you all see some of yourselves in all of these comments and recognize that you're not alone. We just had our international graduation reception, like I was talking about, and that was one of the key themes is, it's harder to be an international student. And that's something that our office works with and is very sensitive to all the time. And like I said, you all bring so much because of your perspectives. And it's really important for you to be able to find that community so that you do realize that you're not the only one. There's strength in that. And really a key goal of Prepare more than anything else is so that you do have that community with other people that have also recently arrived and are going through, what's it called? Not travel sickness, but time zone, time change, right? All of that. So what we're going to do for the rest of our time together is a couple of things. The first one is going to be to talk about our schedule for today. We'll go through our schedule for today. We are going to meet our mentors. We're going to have an overview of Prepare in a bit more detail. And then we are going to go into a panel of questions and answers. So for our next section, I'm going to go ahead and bring back in Lauren to take us forward.
Hello. Okay, give me just a second. All right, yeah. Thanks, Brandon. So really excited to see you all in here this morning, and we already have about 100 participants registered for Prepare, which we love to see. So I just want to get a quick sense of who's in the room. So I just want to ask a quick question of, okay, you can ignore the second question, but have you already registered for Prepare? Give you just a minute to answer that. Okay, looking like it's pretty evenly close. Lots of yeses, few nos. Okay. Perfect. Thanks so much. Okay, still coming in. Thanks so much, everyone. Okay. Okay, I think somebody has their mic on. Good mute. Okay, great. All right, great. Thank you, everyone, for answering that. So here we go. Let's just continue in. So I'm going to talk to you about our schedule, and then we will go into our panel. So I want to show you all, make sure you all are aware of how to find the Prepare schedule. So we just, go to Google to go to our website. So it's international. You can search International Services Cornell. Here's the website. And if you toggle over to Life at Cornell, Prepare is right there. So this is our Prepare website. If you haven't been here yet, there's a lot of great information in here. But right here at the top is the Prepare schedule. And this has a pretty detailed look at the whole schedule for Prepare. So really there's two sections of Prepare. There are 2 virtual days that happen in July. So the idea with these is to get you connected with folks and get any of your coming to campus questions answered before you come to campus, and also connecting you with some key resources on campus. And then our on-campus days, starting with our early move-in on August 13th. I say early move-in because the rest of new admitted students will be moving in starting on Monday the 14th. So it's special we get the campus kind of all to ourselves for a day. So we have 3 days of in-person programming too. So our virtual days, we have, I'll just summarize here. So we have an activity that's a great community building activity. So we'll go into small groups and it's a guided discussion, and you'll be able to really get to know some of your fellow incoming students in a really in-depth way. And we'll also have our first mentor group discussion on that day. So starting in about mid-July, you will be hearing from an upper level international student who will be your mentor. So everyone will have a small group of other Prepare participants that will be led by one or two upper level international students who are called Prepare mentors. So we have several activities throughout Prepare that are in your small group. So that's just a great way to get to know a small cohort pretty well before coming to campus. Our next day, we will be doing a lot of information on packing, weather, what you need to buy, if anything, for your dorm here, what to bring from home, phone plans, if you're wanting to get a bank account here, how to do all of those things. That'll be led by our International Student Union. They are a wonderful student organization that have a lot of resources for international students on campus. We'll also have some great information from immigration, so our office, International Services, and other campus departments. And then here we go into the in-person days. So August 13th, we're going to have our move-in from 1 to 5 p.m. And I've been getting some questions about this already of, can I move in before that? Can I move in after that? So this 1 p.m. on August 13th is the absolute earliest you can move into your dorm. So if flights work out that you need to arrive a day before, you will have to get off-campus accommodations for that time. But if you arrive early on August 13th before 1 p.m., you can hang around campus where we are having our move-in. That building is called the Robert Purcell Community Center, RPCC, and you can hang out in there starting at 9 a.m. They've got Wi-Fi, they've got a little food shop in there, so it'll be very comfortable for you. And also just to note that this is a range, so check-in itself will take about 10-15 minutes. So you can come anytime within 1 to 5 p.m. It's not a full block 1 to 5 you need to be there. We'll have our dinner together and a mentor-led team building activity. So this is going to be a great way to really kick off, prepare, and get to know each other on the first day with the mentors. And then August 14th, we are going to have our trip to the mall. And these times are a little bit rough right now, so please don't take them as gold, but we will be updating this page as times fluctuate. So refer back here, please. So we're going to be going to the Ithaca Mall to purchase dorm essentials. So if you want to leave some things at home and want to buy them here, we're going to go to the mall. You can get all of the things you need. And we're actually going to be going to another thing at the mall called the Cornell Dump and Run. So it's not a great name, but at the end of the year, when students are moving out, there are these boxes all over campus where students can donate things that they're not needing anymore. And then they get, in the case of like bedding, they get professionally cleaned. They only take nice things, like it's not okay. And so when we go to this place, you can get really, really inexpensive and nice items for your dorm that are secondhand. And they put together these wonderful like bedding bundles that are all matched and high quality things. So it was a great place last year for our participants to get a lot of the essentials for their dorms. And then we'll be having more conversations with different groups on campus to really make sure that you're getting a sense of what this campus has to offer before you go into new student orientation. And then we'll be having the highlight of the day, in my opinion, is the casino night. This is always a very popular item, agenda item, sorry, what is the word? Event that we have. And it's a great way to just get to know each other in a fun game situation. And then the last day, we will have a campus tour. So you can really get to know campus before classes start and new student orientation. So it's a tour / scavenger hunt. So it's a lot of fun. And then more conversations with mentor groups and a closing celebration, which we think will include a talent show / a way to share about your culture if you would wish. So so that's kind of the schedule at a glance. And again, this page will be updated. I'll also keep it. I'll just put the Prepare website in the chat so you all have that. Here we go. So now we will move into our panel. So if you give me just a second, I'm going to get our panelists up on the screen, and then we will have them do introductions and then go into questions.
Hello, everyone. Should I go introduce myself?
You know what? Go for it. Yes. So if you could introduce yourself with your, hold on just a second, sorry. So your name, where you're from, what you are studying, and what your role in Prepare this year is. Are you a past participant? Are you a future mentor? Yeah, go for it.
So hello, everybody. Good morning, good evening, or whatever time this is you're attending. Because I remember during my time, it was like 5 a.m. And I was really excited at 5 a.m., not gonna lie. Okay, so I'm Anusha Malakanti. I'm from India. I'm a freshman. And I attended Prepare last fall, and it was a great experience. I will say, highly recommend it.
Hi everyone, I'm Antoine. I'm from Switzerland. I am double majoring in economics and philosophy, and just like Anusha, I'm a freshman at Cornell right now, so I was part of the Prepare program at the beginning of the school year, and I loved it. I definitely recommend for everyone to attend because um I made some great friends there, and it was a great start to my Cornell life. So happy to answer any questions there are.
Thanks so much. Okay, so I'll just go through our panel questions, and then at the end we'll have time for for people to write questions in the chat. So not quite yet, but here we go with our prepared questions. So the first one is, Prepare participants move in a few days before the rest of the new student population. How was this beneficial to you?
Oh, okay, I can go first. So I think definitely moving in early is a good way to start off, because when you move in, there's not a lot of people on the campus. So you're kind of not overwhelmed, definitely, and you get time to adjust to the time zones if there's a lot of difference, the jet lag. You can sleep in your dorm all day long, and you won't have the fear of missing out any events. And definitely getting to know the campus, because I would get lost every time. So I would recommend check your schedule and go to your classes, the buildings, just remember how to get there, or there's maps. Always use maps. I would get lost. I would use maps all day. I still use maps. So yes, I'd say getting to know campus early, meeting new people, make some friends here and there. And yeah.
Yeah, so to add on to that, so me personally, I didn't visit Cornell before I got here, so it's definitely great to just have a sense of the campus before normal orientation started. And I don't want to scare any of you guys, but the normal orientation when everyone gets on campus can be a little bit intimidating because there's so many people, and so many people just want to get to know so many people at the same time because everything's new to everyone. So it's good to have like a little, it's almost a head start with other international students, already making friends before Americans get on campus. And for me, it was just great. Like there's over 130, there's people from over 130 countries at Cornell. So just it was awesome meeting so many different people during prepare, with like coming from any background with very different perspectives on life. So I really enjoyed being part of the program.
Well, thank you both. Lauren and I are going to rotate in asking questions. I really like that you mentioned just the opportunity that Prepare gives you and gives students to kind of have a slower entry, into Cornell, and especially orientation. I think these huge orientations are a very kind of US thing, and and it is a lot, to have thousands of people all together, and there's just so much enthusiasm from all the staff that run them, which is great, but it's also it's a lot. So that is a key goal of Prepare. Could you both maybe share an experience? Oh, and maybe just a second, Lauren, do we have, okay, no, good, I thought someone else was joining. Can you share an experience of how you met, new fellow students and developed those relationships at Prepare?
So it was like, I think all of us, it was not the first day because I was very like scared the first day to talk to people. I was like, oh no, like how do I go and say hi? So it was like maybe second or third day of prepare when I was finally like, I remembered faces of people. I would like go up to them and be like, hi, what major are you? And then it was definitely we had a little trip to the waterfalls nearby. I don't remember the name, but it was definitely that day how I like went up to people and, like talked finally. I was like out of my like rabbit hole. I was like, yes, what do you like study? Which dorm are you in? The main thing, like like how I connected was definitely the dorm room. This is my dorm room. You can see it in the background. It's McClintock. It's an all-girls dorm room. And I would definitely ask them and they would be like, oh yeah, we live on the same floor. So amazing. And that was the like a lot of prepared students, they live like right there. And yeah, so definitely that was one way you can like meet new people and talk to them. Please don't be afraid, just reach out. Everybody is like going through the same thing. They're like, oh, they have the pressure to like make new friends. So definitely just talk. I'm sure the other person is very happy to talk to you too.
Yeah, for me personally, some of my best friends I definitely met at Prepare. So I just encourage all of you guys to find something in common with the people that are Prepare. I can give you a little story about my experience. So one of the Prepare events was playing soccer, and I was wearing an Arsenal jersey because I'm an Arsenal fan. And a guy from South Korea came up to me and he was like, "Oh, I'm an Arsenal fan too. There's no way." And we immediately connected over that. And to this day, he's my best friend here on campus. And we're actually organizing a birthday party for another Prepare attendee on Saturday. So definitely made some meaningful relationships over that short time.
I love that. Oh, birthday parties. That's great. Another question is, so at Prepare, there's an emphasis on creating connections with other new students and upper level international student leaders, so the mentors. So I was wondering how that impacted your first few weeks and months at Cornell and beyond. You already kind of mentioned it. I mean, you're still in touch with some Prepare folks and having this birthday party, but wondering if there's anything else to add and with the upper level student connection as well.
So during my prepare, I met this, she was my prepare orientation leader. And I would ask her for like all like my questions, and I'm still in touch with her and a lot of my Prepare friends too. It's like nice to have somebody like from similar like region, or like who's going through similar troubles as you, because like if you're an international student, you'll have to do a lot of stuff like immigration, and like sometimes you'll need some tax documents and you'll not know like where to get them from. So definitely having those connections will help you in the long run. I have one of my friends who lives downstairs. A lot of Prepare people live in this dorm, by the way. It's a coincidence, but yeah, I just had to say that. You can like, I can go up to her any time of the day, and she'll help me with my tax documents, how to like file taxes, how to file return taxes and everything. It can be intimidating at first, because like obviously you don't know how to like make a bank account or like get your own credit card, debit card. So like there's definitely the connections that you make and like Prepare your leaders, like orientation leaders. I can help you with a lot of stuff and guide you. If they don't know, they can like guide you to those resources, be like, oh yeah, you can go to the Office of Global Learning or this, and they can like help you with it. I think definitely like even if you like don't see them that often after you like start a semester, I think definitely like saying hi to them when you bump into them, and just having maintaining that connection just can always help you.
Yeah, me personally, my mentor was from Greece, and I've been to Greece a couple of times, so we immediately connected over that too. I'm still in touch with him from time to time too. He's always here for me if I have any questions. But apart from just your personal mentor that's going to be with you throughout the week, I very much encourage you to talk to any of the mentors that are around, because that's really what they're here for. And I really enjoyed meeting new mentors and learning from their experiences. And whenever I see them on campus, I still say hi to them and take a moment and talk to them. So it's been great. It's been a great experience, and I'm happy to contribute to that in the future.
So, at Prepare, both the virtual parts and then also the in-person things that we do on campus, we really try to provide information that's relevant for international students and that might not be covered or covered as specifically, in the regular orientation. What were some things that you both thought were helpful for you in terms of the information that we covered in Prepare?
For me, especially the knowing about the Office of Global Learning was one of the like main things, because like they help you with everything like immigration, visas and everything, because suddenly you get a mail one day saying that you need to update this form, and if you don't, you'll be kicked out. Like, okay, that's false, but yes. So like you get these intimidating emails, and you as a student, you don't know exactly what to do. You're like scared, I don't know what's gonna happen. So yeah, definitely the Office of Global Learning, which was like introduced to us during the Prepare, was one of the great resources. And we also had a presentation about Cornell Health, and that's a great resource. Like there's this one in your Prepare schedule, you definitely have one day where you get like the presentation about different resources, if I'm not wrong. Yes, that day, take notes, please. It's very helpful, all those resources, even if you like you're sick, you don't know where to go. So it's Cornell Health, and you don't know about what to do about the immigration mail. So Office of Global Learning. So definitely those resources were great. And they talked about CUE links, which are like great for connections and for jobs and internships. Definitely take notes, guys.
Yeah, I don't have much more to add. I completely agree. That was the best day in terms of just like learning about everything you can do on campus, because there's so many resources I didn't know about when I first arrived here. Maybe one more thing is like opening a bank account. My Prepare mentor definitely showed me where to go, what the best place is for that, and that was really helpful because it's one of the most important things you'll do when you came here.
Yeah, thank you both for all of those. we do try to find a balance, right? Between just lots of social things and, getting to know campus, but then also having that opportunity to learn about these resources. And, I think for everybody, you can find those resources online, or some of them you go into during the regular orientation, but we really do handpick those different presentations and ask our presenters to do that, to present from the angle of an international student audience, right? To spend more time on certain things, like the Cornell police will come in and, I have a lot of family in Mexico. And as an example, it's quite common that if you get pulled over, you might provide a couple of dollars and then you kind of, go on with your day. That you don't do that, right? That's not going to happen in Ithaca. And so the Cornell police really kind of focus on these pieces, and everyone focuses on these pieces. And I think it gives you an opportunity to also ask questions among other international students and, not feel like, well, everyone else here knows, the answer to this, so I'm not going to ask it, that you might feel in regular orientation. And Prepare, everyone's thinking the same thing and has the same kinds of questions. And then we make sure that after all these presentations, you have an opportunity to meet with your mentor group and you can talk about some of these things. Oh, wow, that was interesting. I didn't think about, this immigration thing, the career opportunities here. And so we really do try to tailor all of that to all of you.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay, so we now have some time for questions from the audience. So if you have any in there, you want to just type in there, and yeah, we can just go from there. So one question I see has already come up is about financial aid. If the fee for transportation is covered, and Brandon responded in the chat, but I'll just reiterate. It's a great question, and because it is so student specific with financial aid, we really recommend that you directly reach out to that office, and he's put the email in there. It's finaid@cornell.edu. I see that there is a question about the I-20 and visa, and similarly with financial aid, some things are very specific. I would just recommend for immigration related questions to first look at our website. So I'll put the link in the chat. International Services, they have a great wealth of information in there. And also, if you have specific immigration questions related to your own case, you can email international@cornell.edu, and they will be happy to help you. Okay, I see a few more questions. So let's see here. Antoine and Anusha, do you know if there is a way to connect with a group of international students from your own major? Or I'm going to add to that just quickly and say, what other ways are there to connect with international students on campus?
I'm not really sure because I just like talk to people, and at least from India, like I'm from India, and there was like a WhatsApp group chat with all of the Indian like international students. So like eventually as people like talked to each other, they would like add people to that group chat, and that's how I will like know. But I'm not really sure if there's like a way to reach out to your international students from your major. I'm not really sure. I'm sorry.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of different group chats going around before Cornell starts, but for me personally, I would not stress about it whatsoever, because once you're on campus, you meet people in person, and stressing about being in different chats is not worth it at all, in my opinion. Because why start going around and making friends before even meeting them face to face? So me personally, to just like meet people in my major, I did that during my classes or during international orientation in general. It might it might get a little boring after the 8th day when people just ask you what's your name and what's your major, but that's the classic first two questions. So that's how you would definitely make those connections and find people of the same major.
And I would only just add to that, what we're working on, the Office of Global Learning. As I had said earlier, we're in contact with about 100 international student organizations. And so we have kind of a database put together of contact information for those organizations. And so what we plan to do is share that with everyone. Our office sends every month a newsletter to all international students that gets into things like immigration and other like social activities that we have going on, other resources. And so this is one thing that we plan to promote to everyone is we'll have this online, a database where you can, determine, I'm a student from Ethiopia or from East Africa or from, the Caribbean. And then you can go through and find those different student organizations and get involved that way. And then maybe from those student organizations, you can find people that are in your own major as well.
One more addition to that, one kind of umbrella organization for international students, undergraduate students, is the International Students Union. I've mentioned them. They're going to be talking in Prepare on July 24th, our first official virtual session. And they always host a big fall and spring social for all incoming international students. So beyond Prepare, that's another great way to connect with new international students and returning international students too. I also just see a quick question from someone about arriving after 5 p.m. on the 13th. So you can arrive later if that's what your flight is going to get you into Ithaca at that time. So if you have, and we'll talk more about this in the July session, but if you arrive after 5 p.m., depending on what time you arrive, there's a couple different things that can happen. The service center where you can check in and get your key, I believe, will be open until 8. Or if you are arriving in the middle of the night, if you have a US phone or if you have the ability to make phone calls in the US, you will be able to just go straight to your dorm, and your RA's phone number will be on the door. So you can just call them and they will let you in. If you do not have a phone that will be working in the US, or if it dies on the plane or something, there are these blue light boxes around campus, and they're primarily used for emergencies. So if you're ever feeling unsafe, you just press a button and the Cornell Police will come on. So you can just do that, and the Cornell Police will call your RA for you and let you into your dorm. Yeah, so that's that question.
For the, I see Vanya, how can you subscribe to the International Students Newsletter? As an international student, if you're on a visa, at least, if you're going to have an F visa or a J visa, you're going to be automatically subscribed to the newsletter, and you actually can't unsubscribe to it because we have so much important information that we send out through that. So at some point in the summer, you'll be added to that, and then already in the fall and August, you'll begin getting that information. I think for students, people getting picked up from the airport, I think that really varies. There are several different airports that international students will choose to use. We do have an airport in Ithaca. It's small, and that means you have to make at least one connection within the United States. So Ithaca is one airport. Syracuse is another. That's about an hour away. But then the larger international airports are like New York City or the surrounding airports. So that really varies. And I believe Lauren in our, in the ISU's arrival guide, they have information on arrival. And I'll add to the chat right now some additional information that we put on our website that talks about, different bus companies that operate between, let's say, New York City and a few other places and Ithaca.
And I see a question about dorm essentials. So I'm going to just share a resource first and then ask Anusha and Antoine to answer that. But to start off, let me just share my screen. Okay. So let's just start from the International Services website again. So if we go to prepare, and if we scroll to the bottom, campus resources, under international services, I'm going to put these links in the chat too, but they have a survival guide and a packing list. So this is the survival guide, and it has a little bit of a packing list in there, but then oh, I'm sorry, I'm in the wrong. Okay, hold on a second. This is a survival guide, sorry. So lots of really great information in here, traveling to and from Ithaca. So I think most students do arrive at JFK or another international airport in the New York City area. So they talk about how to get here from there, cell phone plans, lots of great information. And then the packing list. This also has great information about what to pack beyond what our mentors will now talk about, our panelists, sorry. So take it away.
So when it comes to the packing, I definitely say only pack what you need, because you will be able to buy everything here. Like there's Target, there's like Walmart. You can just go there and get whatever you need. But I'd say like, and your dorm rooms have like most of the stuff you get like a bed and with a mattress, and you get the blinds, a table, a study table with like a lamp, desk lamp, and like 2 storage like units and 1 wardrobe. So I definitely say pack your clothes and a winter jacket. Please, guys, do not forget a winter jacket. If you cannot get it from the region where you are, personally, where I came from, winter didn't exist. So you can come here and always buy a thicker jacket, like put it on, place an online order. So pack only the essentials, definitely the clothes and food. If you guys would like to like have your like home foods, anything that you can pack, and definitely like school supplies. If you cannot pack everything and like get it here, do not worry about it. You can always get stuff here. So, and if anybody needs any, like, you can always reach out to students or using the portal which you guys have, See You on the Hill. I guess I don't remember exactly. You can always like type in that. I would always be on that website before I came to Cornell, like just texting different people. A lot of people do reply, so, and you can just contact any of us and we'll be happy to help with like the packing list, because I was very confused as to what to bring and what not, because there's like a weight limit at the airport and like, you know, set number of bags only that you can bring. So pack wisely, guys. So that's all I'd like to say.
Yeah, I can definitely second the statement of just packing what you need. I live in one of the oldest dorms, Donlin. So we don't really have lamps. We had to buy all the lamps in at Target, but most of the stuff you need you can definitely get here. So just get your favorite clothes and everything you really want for the year, and the rest I would just buy here, because again the baggage costs and everything. And yeah, if you wanna bring some food from home, then do that, but or just ship it from home. And yeah, definitely don't pack too much, because the dorms are big, but you don't wanna overfill your dorm room before you even buy other stuff here. That's all I can say.
And also with that trip to the mall, like I mentioned before, there's this thing called Dump and Run. And this year last year they only opened us up for bedding, but this year everything will be available. So you could get a winter jacket there. Things like I saw someone say hair dryer, lamps, any kind of smaller dorm items like laundry baskets, shower caddies. They've got all those things there.
And the packing list was definitely really helpful. The packing list that Lauren just showed you guys a couple minutes ago, that I definitely used that to see if I have everything that I should be bringing. And I still use that in Ithaca when I was going to Target and buying all the necessities.
I see there's a question on whether there are hairdressers or hair salons on or near campus, and I'm not equipped to answer that question. So if other people can take that one.
I'm sure there's like hairdressers downtown in College Town, but definitely I don't think there are any hairdressers on campus. But yeah, like downtown's like right there. We can like walk or take a bus, like take the 30, and you can always get there. Definitely like the electronic appliances, you can buy them from like Target, and I'd say Target's your best bet. Just like take a bus, and it's not hard to get to Target, and you can get everything you need from either Walmart or Target, and the ticket is not on time, but definitely will take you places.
Yeah, I personally have not gone to the hairdresser yet. I like to grow out my hair, but there's a lot of options. There's even a barber shop in College Town, which is, to give you an idea, that's basically just next to West Campus. We will be living on North Campus when you're a freshman, but West Campus is on the other side, and College Town's right next to it. So that's about a 20-minute walk from your dorm, so not too far. For the better hairdressers, you'd have to go downtown probably, and that's a 20-minute bus ride. But there's definitely options if you want to go to the hairdresser.
Okay, I think we'll just take maybe one more question. So I saw somebody asked about opening a bank account or getting a credit card. I would look at the survival guide for that. So I don't think we'll have time to get into that right now. So could you both talk about how you get around campus? Do you walk? Do you bike? Do you take the bus?
I usually walk. You guys, during like winter, definitely take the buses. There's this bus system called TCAT. And if you go on maps and you just search up the building where you want to go to be like URIS, then you can type URIS Hall, then it'll show all the bus times, like a bus number 81 scheduled in like 5 minutes, 2 minutes at this stop, walk to this stop. So bus system is really helpful. It might not be on time sometimes, but you can definitely use it. Walk to different stops, but I usually walk around campus. It's difficult during the beginning months when you like don't know where you're going. Just use maps. Do not be like, if you're afraid, just like ask for directions. I'm sure everybody's like happy to help you. They will like guide you, or sometimes they will even walk you there. So I'd say maps. I usually walk around or take buses when it's too cold or raining.
It's definitely a very walkable campus. Before I came here, I was looking at different online forums, and they all said you needed a bike for some reason. So I really was worried that I didn't have a bike when I first got here, but don't worry about that at all. You can walk anywhere really, and the bus system, like coming from Switzerland, the buses are always like extremely on time. So here that's not really the case always, but the bus system is definitely good. As a first year student, you have an unlimited bus ticket. So definitely take advantage of that. And then there's also this new thing called Ithaca Bike Share, where you can bike around campus with bikes that are provided from a company, and you can unlock them through an app. So that's another option. But I mostly walk, and it's nice. It's nice getting some steps in every day because we all have busy days. So it's good to have some movement.
Well, and I would just say before we finish up, I think most people find that, yeah, Ithaca and Cornell's campus especially is a friendly place. I've definitely walked my share of students, to where they need to go, and I see that happening regularly, and a very safe place. During prepare and in the regular orientation, we'll talk about health and safety. What can happen sometimes is that it feels so safe and that it's easy to kind of put your guard down. And usually that means, something might get, taken. Many times in the police reports, someone had something stolen from their dorm or their apartment because they didn't lock the door, or they left the window open and someone just walked in and took things. But in general, more serious crime is not very common here. It's something I think we all feel very fortunate about. But let's say this, we're right at time. So just wanted to thank everyone. Thank you so much, Lauren, for organizing the session. Anusha and Antoine, for all of your insight. This has been so great. I think so helpful for, all the people that are on. Everyone, some of you have already registered for Prepare, and you'll continue to get messages from us. Others of you have not registered yet, and hopefully this session was encouraging for you to do that, because the information and the relationships are just going to keep flowing, as we go along through the summer. The deadline to register for Prepare is July 16th. And so I just put a link in the chat, takes you again to that Prepare page, and that's where you go through to do your registration. And to everyone that is or will register, we'll see you on July 24th for our first virtual session. Lauren and I are available throughout the summer, and so I'll go ahead and put the email in there as well, and it's also on the website. As questions come up specifically about Prepare, please do be in touch. Lauren, I don't know, anything else?
That's it. Thank you all for joining. Please don't hesitate to reach out with questions over email.
Thanks,
All right.
everybody. Thanks again, Anusha. Thanks, Antoine. Take care. Go back to
Thank
bed.
you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.